In this lesson, we will solve another problem of Hackerrank interview preparation kit, and it's called left rotation of arrays. So let's see the problem. So now we have solved 5 out of 69 problems. So this is the challenge, arrays left rotation. So here we are given an array and a linear array, one dimensional, and the concept of rotation says that, let's say we have an array of 5 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So left rotation means shift everything to the left by one element. So what will happen if I shift everything? 2 comes to the first place, 3 comes to the second place. As you can see, 2 comes to the first place, 3 to the second, 4 to the third, 5 to the fourth, and the first element is popped to the end. Similarly, if I rotate this again, one element left, every element shifts to the left by one, and the first element is pushed to the end. So this is one left rotation, and from here to here there is two left rotation, and there can be even more. So in the problem it's given that we have d rotations and n is the number of elements in this array. So these are some of the constraints. So each element of the array is less than 10 raised to the power of 6 and greater than equal to 1. So it can easily fit in integer type. And this d has to be less than n, because if d is more than n, then obviously things will start repeating. So it's given that d is less than n. So you can do left rotation of at max n times. So for example, the input format is that we have two numbers in the first line. First one is n, second one is d. And then the next line will have this 5. So the array has 5 elements. So in the next line we will have 5 elements separated by space. And the second number denotes how many rotations we want. So here it's 4. So this is the first rotation, second, third and fourth. So this is the result. So now let's solve this problem. So what we will do is that, so let's say we are given 2 rotations in this case. So in the code, we know that this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4. I am writing the index here in the top. So after 2 rotations, we know that whatever is at the index 2 comes here. So let's forget this part. So whatever is at D comes here, the first, and rest till the end it will remain the same because everything has shifted by D steps. And similarly, everything to the left of this is moved here. So there are two parts in the array, one from 0 to d minus 1 and the second from d to n minus 1. So this second part becomes the first part and first part becomes the second part. So this is what we will do in the code. So as usual, all the reading part has been done by Hackerrank. You just need to complete this function, rotate left. And what are the input parameters? The first is the array itself. A is the array and D is the number of rotations. So for iterating the elements of a vector, we generally use iterators. Instead of, we can also access this vector with this notation that we use in arrays, but let's use iterators for our case. So we will put everything from d to n minus 1, we will copy it to the result vector. So we will copy everything from d to n minus 1. So copy everything to a new vector. And then after this last element, copy everything from 0 to d minus 1, that is push back. In vector we have push back in C++. So this will be our result vector. First copy this part, second part, and then push back the first part. So this is again very simple problem. So our iterator starts from a dot begin plus d and it not equal to a dot end. We will increase the iterator and we need to keep a result vector. So initially it's empty. To get the value of iterator, we do asterisk it, that is we dereference the iterator. So this part will, initially the result vector is empty. This will push back all the elements from d2 till the end of vector, and then we need to repeat this for the first part of the array. So the return type is vector of integer, which is result. So this we are returning. So let's see this on a basic test case, whether it passes or not. So it passes the basic test case, so we can go ahead and submit it, and it will run for all the other test cases. So we have 10 in this case, or 11 test cases, and it passes all the 11 test cases, and you will be greeted with a congratulations message. So in the next video we will solve the next question in the challenge.